welcome back to the Lumiose Tower, where we're aiming to be the very best like no one ever was. And today we are taking on yet another opponent. I'm going to tell you all about him in a second, but first, let's talk about the team. And I gotta say, so far, this is our 7th battle, and we are currently undefeated. And I'm not gonna lie, that's actually scary. I'm not even proud of that, because it means my time is coming. I will inevitably lose. And so I am hoping that today's not that day. We're gonna keep this win streak as long as we can. What'd be cool is if we're like that guy from the anime that got the 100 win streak. That's what I'm hoping for here. I'm doubtful, but that's what I'm hoping for here. So, beginning with the team showcase, we have Orthworm, who is rocking Ironhead, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, and Shedtail. We have Palafin with Jet Punch, Protect, Wave Crash, and Close Combat. We have Lucario with Psychic, Aura Sphere, Vacuum Wave, and Steel Beam for if things get a little bit messy. We have Kilowattrel with Air Slash, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Terra Blast to take advantage of that Terra Water typing. We have Garchomp with Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, and Ironhead. And lastly, we got Lil Tatsugiri with Nasty Plot, Draco Meteor, Hydro Pump, and Rapid Spin. Hopefully, this girl can do some damage this time around. And no, she's not hidden ability, which is, means that her ability's useless in a single battle. But, I'm trying to save my ability patches for when Home comes out. They only announced that like a week before it comes out. So, I really want my Sharpness, Susui, and Samurott. So, sorry, Tatsugiri. Until we get an extra one, you're just going to have to keep rocking Commander. But yeah, let's get into the battle. Okay, so today my opponent is Chase, who is actually a member of the Podcast. The Podcast is a really great podcast where they talk about like a ton of things in the Pokemon community, but I am especially a fan of their videos where they just kind of will take a Pokemon and do fun strategies with them. They've also will do, as we approach a new raid, like some raid advice for it, all that kind of fun stuff. I definitely recommend you check them out. There'll be a link to their channel as well as Chase's Twitter in the description below, so be sure to go over there and show Chase some love, as well as subscribe to the podcast, all that good stuff. Now, let's get into the battle. Okay, so my opponent is bringing a Great Tusk, Cyclizar, Glamora, Gengar, and Skeletor. So this is actually a very competitive set, very scary. I think what we're going to do is, I think honestly we're just going to lead Palafin. Palafin's hero form does really great against a lot of these mons. So it'd be nice if we can just lead Palafin and go ahead and set up the hero form. We're probably going to turn one just switch into Orthworm, depending on who he's sending out. I imagine he will lead Palafin too. That's usually the play, is that people will lead Palafin. So it's what I'm doing. So, I mean, yeah, we'll see. It's going to be either Palafin or Glamora or Cyclizar, I would think. We both kind of have similar stuff going on. What with my Rock Setter, he has a Poison Setter. Okay, so it is the Glamora first. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and switch. There's no need to... Normally, I protect to kind of fish for what my opponent's going for, but I'm just going to hard switch into Orthworm, because he can't really do much to Orthworm anyways, and he might go for a Spiky Shield predicting the flip turn. So it's just best to just go ahead and switch. I mean, there's nothing Palafin really needs to do here. Okay, Spiky Shield. So we did make the right play there. Now, we're going to go for... because Spiky Shield just failed. So, or he's used Spiky Shield. I don't remember if he gets to use it again. We're not going to do Ironhead. It's a question of do I want to set up Stealth Rocks. I'm going to set up Stealth Rocks. He's setting up Stealth Rocks too. That makes sense. Okay, so we both got our rocks up. Now, here's the thing. I could switch into Tatsugiri, take out Plague, and then go for, like, I could Shedtail into Tatsugiri, then be able to kill Plague, with a Hydro Pump. I can also Rapid Spin for Spikes, but I kind of want this thing off the field before I Rapid Spin for Spikes. I think I'm just going to go for an Earthquake. He's probably going to Spiky Shield. And that's okay. Yeah, okay. That's not going to hurt us, though. That's fine. I'd rather wait. We're going to set up spikes, and that's, you know, not going to be fun. But Tatsugiri is Rapid Spin, so we're going to be able... That's the only reason I put Tatsugiri on my team, is just for a Rapid Spinner. So we'll be able to Rapid Spin the spikes, the Toxic Spikes away. But first, yeah, we're just going to go for another Earthquake here. They're going for a Power Gem. Okay. Orthworm's special defense is definitely nothing to brag about. Oh, we're going to be setting up two. I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie, I do not like that. But what can you do? We're gonna go for another Earthquake. Yeah, alright, okay, so we're gonna Citrus up here. That's not gonna... That's enough for a Shed Tail. So, that's an option depending on what he goes into next. Now, we've got Spikes on our team. This means our only Pokemon that can enter the field right now are Kilowattrel, Lucario. Both of them will still take Rocks damage. And we can do Tatsugiri to Rapid Spin away. Going into Beyblade. What's that? Is that Cyclizar? Okay, Cyclizar. I'm going to predict that he's going to go for Shed Tail. And so what I'm going to do is also Shed Tail. Rapid Spin. Okay. That was a good play. Well, then I think the trick is we just stay in and we go for Earthquakes. Might go for an Iron Head next turn. Because it would be nice if we could get him where he is not in range to be able to make a Shed Tail either. Though I don't think he will since he's stacking up. And I'm pretty sure we'll live some more hits. We just, unfortunately, it looks like we might take some more Pokemon might get their special, or their poison on them, which is not going to be ideal. Alright, he's going to want to go for an attack here, because if he doesn't, he dies. So, we're going to go for another... Does Iron Head have... Okay, it does have 100% accuracy. Just making sure. Dragon Rush. Okay, Orthworm dodged it. Thank you, Orthworm. That was amazing. We needed that. Though I also don't know if you would have... It was a +2. I have no idea if that would have killed, because Orthworm does have good defense. So I have no idea if that would have killed or not. Let me know in the comments below if this would have killed. Also, question of the day, who was your Paldean starter pick? That's all I want to know. Just who was your Paldean starter pick? I'm very curious to hear. We're going to go for another Stealth Rock here. His Palafin's now in hero form. My starter pick was Fuecoco, in case anyone's curious, but I did use a Quaxley as well. I got one via trade from a good friend, and so I used both. Heffalump, I love the name Heffalump. Always appreciate a Winnie the Pooh reference. That will always, a Disney reference is always a quick way to my heart. This thing honestly might have, oh, Earth Eater. That's awesome. Okay, so now we're going to be able to Shed Tail. Unless, no, he's going to go for like a close combat or something. So we're going to just go for... But maybe... This is so... okay, so we could go for a Shed Tail here. And just if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. He's not touching the Heffalump anyways. So I think we're just going to go for a Shed Tail in the hopes that he is switching. No, he's going for close combat. Okay. That is A-okay. Now, we're going to go Tatsu. You know, I'm sorry, buddy. I love ya, but we're just going to go into you, and we're going to Rapid Spin. Because I don't want anyone else getting... I don't want my Garchomp or my Palafin to be badly poisoned. So, we're going to Rapid Spin. And I imagine Tatsugiri's just about to die. But we're going to get a Rapid Spin off first, and that's really all that matters to me. Again, that was Tatsugiri's only purpose on the team, so that's fine. Headlong Rush. Okay, and that will take out the Tatsugiri. Defense and special defense drop. It's at -2 special defense. So what we're going to do is go out into Kilowattrel. That way we can Air Slash it, and that's going to take it out. And then we are in a position where we can Volt Switch out depending on what he sends out next. Air Slash. Man, I was really worried that Kilowattrel was going to have to take rocks. He put me in a corner where I did not think I was going to be able to Rapid Spin. That Cyclizar was so high up, I was worried that Tatsugiri would come out and, you know, it wouldn't be able to outspeed, so I knew I wouldn't be able to send out Tatsugiri first. That was nerve-wracking. That was really rough. Probably the play would have been, I would have gone into Lucario and taken the rocks damage. He wouldn't have been poisoned because he's steel type, and just hoped that Cyclizar would be in range for a vacuum wave. Okay, we're going to Volt Switch out because I would like to preserve Kilowattrel for the Palafin. I think what we're going to do is go into... I disabled my Volt Switch. We're going to go into Lucario, because why not? What else does he have on his team? We've taken out 3 Mons, so he has Skeledirge, Palafin, and this Gengar. So, yeah, it's most important to send out Lucario here. Like, that's the thing we need the least. So he dies to a close combat from Palafin, and he dies to Skeledirge's fire moves, and he's going to die to Gengar anyways, but, you know, we're going to Psychic. He's going to go first and take us out, and that's okay. That gives us a free switch into our Palafin, or honestly, I go Kilowattrel again, because we know Kilowattrel outspeeds Gengar. So that is an option. I bet he thinks I'm a physical Lucario, and so I've got Bullet Punch, but I do not. Okay, so he did. I was wondering if he was considering switching there, because it was waiting a minute, but that could also just be terrible connection. I don't know. Alright, so I think we go Kilowattrel and we Air Slash. No, in fact, because the thing I'm worried about is air slash missing. So what we're going to do is we're going to terastallize. And we're going to go for a water Terrablast. Because I don't want to use Thunderbolt because I don't want his Cursed Body to get my Thunderbolt. And then I have nothing for the Palafin. But this is good too because now the Palafin's Jet Punches will, not be very effective against Kilowattrel. So I think this is the play. Is we tear into a water type, Skeledirge and Palafin will no longer, or at least one of Skeledirge's stabs will be not very effective against me. Yeah. So we're going to Terra Water here. That's a pretty bird. Man, I love Kilowattrel. I love Kilowattrel. I guess second question of the day. Who's your favorite regional bird? Is Kilowattrel a regional bird? 3 questions of the day. What an episode! Okay, and he didn't Curse Body my Terrablast either, which is great, because that means that I still have it for Skeledirge. Now, if he goes into Skeledirge, I am going to Volt Switch into Garchomp, just because Kilowattrel's the best thing we have for the Palafin. Okay. Alright, and he's terastallizing. Please don't be a ground type. I'm so worried it's ground type. Okay, thank God. That's fine. You were allowed to be a grass type. I will allow this. Alright, so I am expecting him to go for a Terrablast. So I don't want to go into Garchomp anymore. Yeah, I think Palafin's the thing we go into here, and we kind of let Palafin die. I know that's not the usual plan for a Palafin, but I think that's the play. We let Palafin die, and Solar Beam. Well, I'm glad we switched out Kilowattrel. Power Herb, sure. Okay. Yeah, so this is a little scary. We're being dwindled here. But what we're going to do now is Garchomp, and we're going to go for a Dragon Claw on it. Shadow Ball. I think we'll live one Shadow Ball. We live one Shadow Ball. We don't like it, but we live it. I don't know if we're in range to kill, though. That was pretty... Okay, we do kill. Thank God. Alright, so now the Palafin's going to take us out. He's going to take rough skin damage to do that, though. Then Kilowattrel will just come in and Thunderbolt it. So first we'll go for a Dragon Claw. You know, that would be... We should have gone for Earthquake, actually. But I'm rapidly clicking A. You know, that's the way you win. You know, remember as a child, if you just went like that, that's how you would win? Yeah. Alright, so he's not going... He's going for Wave Crash. That's huge. Okay, that's great. Because, yeah, he's going to take us out, but he's also going to take rough skin damage, and he's going to take recoil damage. And he is... Oh, okay, in fact... He's going to... Now the recoil damage is going to take him out. I forgot that I have Rocky Helmet. There we go. So we win by default. That's my favorite way to win. Yeah, awesome. That was an amazing battle, Chase. That was a lot of fun. Ups and downs, constantly switching between who had the upper hand. Loved it. Again, be sure to show Chase some love. There'll be a link to his Twitter in the description below, as well as a link to the podcast, which is a podcast that he is a member of. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to answer the 3 questions of the day. That's Paldan starter, favorite regional bird, and is Kilowattrel the regional bird of Paldea? And also be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss many more great battles like this one. Again, Chase, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. Be sure, again, like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Until next time, keep on climbing to the top.